And Mine Crypto here. I hope we're all having a wonderful day. I know I am. The sun is shining, and I'm now preparing for my next trip away. I've been away for quite some time. Generally it's being with the kids. I think that's really important. They're off school, so I will spend as much time as I possibly can away from the house with my children, my wife, everything else. So I spend a lot of time looking at charts and researching, and sometimes it's really good just to get away from it all for a period of time. And generally over the summer, I'm rarely here. So these videos will be sporadic, but bear with me. I'm not disappearing. I am here. I can still pop stuff on Twitter. It's no problem. But obviously, when you're creating videos, you need your desktop, you need your microphone, you need everything. And I'm not willing to do that. And it takes time as well. Videos are not easy to make. And obviously, the research that comes with it. Please remember, none of this is financial advice, as I'm not a financial advisor. But first and foremost, as we normally do, we look at the crypto bubbles. And as you can see, blimey, we're down to rank 83. Now, we've seen this before during the last bull market. We dropped out of the 100 and then we gradually came back in. And I suspect we're probably going to see that again. But this does not faze me at all. And as you can see, we're currently at $72.85. Current market cap still under that $1 billion mark at $875 million. Current 24-hour volume, as we know, over the weekend is generally pretty low at $8 million. We're currently down 0.2% in the hour and up 1.1% in the day, down 1.1% in the week. And we seem to be sticking to this area around the $70 mark, like we did when we were at stable 100. God, I miss those days when it was just sitting around that. But still plenty of people talking about a lower quant price from here. But hey, I'm not really that bothered. I'll just keep DCAing in because I know what I know, and it's just a matter of time for me. Now we look at the crypto fear and greed, and as we can see, the overall market cap is $2.5 trillion, up 2.53%. And we can also see BTC Dominance just sitting around that 53% mark. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about that today and where I feel that I'm going to get out most of my positions. Now, we saw this, and this is the spot exchange reserve, something I popped out yesterday. Further decline, scarcity arises. Eventually, the crowd will catch up, causing a mismatch between the supply and demand of quant. The demand surges and the supply doesn't keep up. Now, if we look here, right, and you can see from the diagram, this was in November 2023. We saw the spot exchange reserves at 342,000. Now, in July, we can also see now, which is its present time, we're seeing it 236,000. Now, that's over 100,000 quant leaving the spot exchange reserves in a matter of 8-9 months. Now, if we see that again, we're going to see, I believe, a price surge, especially with news, especially with the possibility of regulations, which I believe is going to be the catalyst of this big move that we see from quant at some point. And I think personally, at some point, we're going to see a massive move from quant. But that's just my personal opinion, and I wouldn't be invested in it if I didn't believe it wouldn't do so. Now, we also see this, and I reported this yesterday at Biggie, as I said in my last post, and this was the day before I saw this new wallet, and I said it was due to accumulate further, and it really did. Another large transaction of 5,106 quant. Now, that's quite a big transaction. That's 6,920 quant in the last 24 hours in 2 texts for this new wallet. Again, currently no outflows, only holds quant. And that's all I'm bothered about. All I'm bothered about is seeing these possible license lockup wallets, meaning they are buying the services and locking them up. Now, a lot of people say, well, in a year's time, these are all going to come flooding back on the market. Now, as I always say, it's like any subscription. If you're signed up to something, you roll it over. Now, that's a possibility that we might find with some of these license lockups. If there's no other services that match the service that we're seeing with Quant and Overledger, then why wouldn't you just roll it over? Now, I roll over all sorts of different subscription services because I can't find any other software services that can do any better. So essentially, I believe that's what will happen to a lot of the license lockup wallets. Now, as I said a moment ago, when will I sell? Now, I've looked at this over and over, and I look at some of the indicators and I look at the market cap of BTC Dominance. Because obviously, as we know, this runs in phases. Now, obviously, we're going to see BTC run first, and at some point it will go to wherever it goes to. But I'm more interested in where it drops to when we see the altcoin market starts and we see BTC Dominance drops. So I'm looking at around this 42 percent mark, so maybe 40%. So this is just one of the metrics that I look at. So when that drops to there, this level here, I'll be looking at also maybe running at that point, or slowly filtering through. So some of the really large caps to the mid caps to the small caps to the micro caps. Now, obviously, as we know, there's a lot of coins on the market, so there's going to be a lot of dilution. So not everything will run, I'm guessing. Now, I also look at the market cap of the USDT Dominance. Now, again, this is probably where I'm going to sell again. So using this as a metric, as an indicator, I'm looking that this being around 2.5, 2.75%. That would be an indicator for me to think about, right, this is when I'm maybe going to sell. So obviously these all correlate. Obviously, I'm going to be using lots of other metrics, RSI, looking at some of the footprints within the actual candles and various other metrics. But it's important now that we spend this time actually educating ourselves. What we're going to do? What's our plan? What is your plan essentially? Put that in the comments. I'd really love to know. Have you got a price in mind? Have you got a value, an overall portfolio value that you want to hit? Because that's the way I look at it. I look at my whole portfolio and I work out how many X's do I want to get? Where, because that will change the aspect of how I get out of these positions. And that will determine, what I want to buy, what I want to do. Is it a business? Is it other stuff? I know I'm going to be doing, because I'm probably going to be reinvesting into business as I've always done. So there you go, guys. I'd like to know in the comments what you're going to do when you think we're about to hit these markers that I've just popped out here. Whether that will be BTC dominance dropping, whether that will be USDT dropping down to these levels. Let me know. And also, remember, please subscribe. Please hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any further videos. And as I said, they're going to be a bit more sporadic over the holidays, up until probably the end of August, because I'll be away pretty much all the way through that. I like to, as I said, really important that you spend time with your loved ones when you get these times, especially in the UK, because obviously we're on holidays at the moment. But always take time away from this market, because it can absolutely be frustrating if you're constantly there wondering when your coin or your token is going to kick off. So there you go, guys. All the best. Enjoy the sun, enjoy your family, and I'll catch you later.